Hey there, friend. Angie Austin here with the good news, along with my friend and colleague, Rachel Maines. Hello, Rachel.
Hey, Angie. Good to be here.
Good to be with you as well. So, what would you like to discuss today? You had a little marketing idea?
Well, yeah. So in my company, I'm a online media communications consultant, and so I would like to discuss the brand. A lot of folks, we have a company or even a radio show, and we don't really know how to market it. Before you can even market it, though, you have to fine tune your brand and discover your brand. So I wanted to go over some tips.
Okay.
Um,
This is what you do. You
so
help
the
people brand and stand out.
Yes. So I call the brand, that's the foundation to everything. It's just the beginning of your communications because you can't do communications until you know what and who you are. And what and who you are is your brand. So I help folks with this, and I want to go over some ways in which to discover your brand. I got 6 of them.
Okay.
And the first one is how these are some questions to ask yourself. So here's the first question: how do you want your customer client to feel about you? So, for example, confident, happy, relaxed, etc.
Now, how do they want? How do I want my listeners, for instance, to feel about me?
Right. Yes. Let's
Okay.
ask you, Angie. How do you want your listeners to feel about you?
Well, the first thing that comes to mind is how I want them to feel when they listen to me. And so I guess they would be, inspired. So I want them to be inspired. I want them to feel, you maybe get a couple of giggles and maybe find it interesting. Not every bit, but, some of the guests and topics I hope they find interesting and that they feel maybe a little better after listening to it or thought provoking. So they're like, oh, well, how could I be better in my life with this? Or they were talking about something today and that inspires me to work on such and such. That's how I like them to feel. Is that specific enough or not?
Yeah, that's great, Angie. And I want to mention that I do have a PDF. I'll actually send it to you, and I have an accompanying video that folks can get. And this is when I go through the discovering of a brand, it's really not a one time, we're going to figure it out. It's a process. And I like my clients to go over it a couple times. So I have a worksheet where when I ask them this, they write it down. So that's a good start, Angie. You're joyful, you're bubbly, you want people to be inspired. That's how you want them to feel. So I would have you write those down. And then I take you to the second question. What are the colors to represent your company or you, Angie, as who you are as a talent and a radio host? And I say, keep in mind, colors also help with the vibe and evoke emotions. So I have a link here on my PDF where we learn about color psychology. So red, for example, is a power color. But we don't think about this sometimes when we're doing a website, and we're doing our logo. The
Uh-huh.
colors we pick actually invoke emotions in people. So yellow, that is a color that uplifts people. So this is
It's my favorite color.
too.
I
Yeah.
love yellow and pink. You used a lot of soft, peachy, yellow, pinky kind of colors in my website.
Yes, and and those are inspiring colors, and each color has a specific way that we make people feel. So we definitely want to make sure that we're matching colors with our brand as well. So Angie, if
Cool.
I would have picked a red color, it really wouldn't have fit really with the vibe you're trying to create.
Not now, maybe in my 20s, but not now. Woo!
Hilarious.
Yeah, yeah, I'm
So
more
I'll go over
like, and
some.
my house now is like grays and light blues, like real calming. And when I was
Yeah.
younger and I lived at the beach, it was more vibrant, but now I'm just all about like chill and relax and more calming colors.
Yeah, chillax for sure.
Yes,
I love that.
absolutely. All
And
right,
then
let's
I'll
move
go
on
through
with your next tip. Go
the
ahead.
next ones. So number 3, what visuals speak to you when you think of your company? Example: the beach, office, professional, coffee shop, etc. So just going through the example of my brand, I picked the beach because I like to help people, and I've had people give me this feedback, kind of be at ease with
Mm-hmm.
their communications, because communications can be very overwhelming. So that's why in my visuals I have beachy, kind of vacay, take a vacation. Even with my copy, I say take a vacation from confusing strategies. So this is where I have people write down the visuals of what speaks to them concerning their brand. And then number 4, what fonts go with your vibe. And I have some links here to help us define the fonts in pairing with the vibe. And also I have a link for font pairings, because fonts go together and they can pair well together. And you should really only have up to 3 fonts on your website and all your marketing material as well.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah,
okay. Oh, and by the way, mine would be coffee shop, because I like people to feel like they're sitting down with a cup of coffee with their friends when they listen to the show, and they're like, "Oh, I like that Rachel when she comes on, and Angie, I'll grab my coffee and see what they're up to today."
Yeah, I love that, Angie. And you know, I have a radio show called Corner Cafe, so we have a coffee shop vibe too.
Yeah, but, that's true.
I should get with you and I should take some photos, and we should revamp your website to kind of match that coffee vibe.
It'd be fun to next time we do our lunch, our Good News Gals lunch, to get all of us with a cup of coffee, like cheering and like doing a toast in the middle, and with all the Good News Gals doing a coffee a toast.
I love that. Let's plan that for sure.
Let's do that. Okay, what's next?
And then number 5, what problem are you solving? Example,
the world. I'm solving the problems of the world.
Solving the world.
All right, go ahead.
Well, let me share this example. Branding is hard to pinpoint and build. I help people discover their brand is a problem solved. But for you, I would say there's so much bad news. And so with your show, The Good News with Angie Austin, you're putting out good news.
Yeah, I try to, focus on positive interviews, people. Yeah, it's fun too. Like I do this almost, Rachel, more for fun anymore than work per se, just because I like the people that I have on the show. So I would talk to you anyway. So why not talk to you and these great marketing ideas? And you started your own business and you've helped so many businesses since you started doing this like a decade ago. Why not share your expertise? So I like these ideas. All right. So what we're trying to do is give people ideas to make their life better, to solve some of the issues in their lives. A lot of it's health. It might be mental. Obviously, a lot of it's spiritual, Christian, and finding peace with the Lord. A lot of my guests are very Bible heavy in terms of their lives and their messages. And Jim Stovall, who I have on every week, every Monday, generally, he is a Christian. Isn't necessarily his main message, but it's his main focus in life.
Yes, I love it. And I love your show. It's just so positive and uplifting, which matches your entire brand. I think that a lot of people hear so much negativity all the time. They just love the refreshingness of your show. So you're a blessing for sure and uplifting, and we need more Angie Austins in the world. I'm going to switch to the last question I asked folks with branding. How do you solve this problem? Example, I use tools like free downloads and courses to teach people how to create a brand. So how do you solve this problem? Well, Angie, you're solving the problem by having the radio show and by inviting uplifting guests on your show.
I love it.
So the reason I ask these questions is once someone goes through this free download a couple times and really brainstorms and takes the time to do it, then we can finalize their colors, the direction the logo is going to go in, their tagline, and even start to prep their website copy. If folks want to get this free download, just go to my website, rachelmaines.com, rachelmaines, MAINS.com. And then you're going to click on the Communications Media Consultant tab there. And from there, click down and look for Discover My Brand, and you can get that free download.
Awesome. All right. And you can always email me at angieaustinnews@gmail.com if you have any problems with that. And Rachel, you're a blessing. I've got to change gears now, but just thank you for being such a great friend.
Thanks, Ange. Love ya.
You betcha.